Good morning, the Abundance Oracle here. I just tried to video out on the beach where it was so windy, as you can see by my hair. So I don't know if you were able to hear me at the last one. But so I'm going to have a little story for you today, not necessarily about finances, but ultimately about finances. I asked my daughter the other day, what did I do while you were growing up that you are going to be doing with your kids regarding money and growing you as a person? And one of the things she said is, oh, definitely I'm doing the goal at the end of the year. So we'll talk about that another day. But she said the resume. And I thought, oh, I'm going to share that with people. So when my girls were little, I know I'm crazy mom. I started their resume almost from the get-go. And what I did is I included sections like their volunteer work, their athletic skill set, what teams they were on, their scholastic achievements, what their jobs were. So now, okay, let me skip forward quite a few years. They were just beginning, one was 11 years old, my oldest one. And I know that because you can take the American Red Cross CPR babysitting class at 11 years old. So by 11 years old, we have a little resume done up for her. I do have a little resume done up for her. And I said, okay, it's start time at 11 years old that you can get your first babysitting job. So we're going to sign you up for the babysitting class, and I'll sit out in the car and let you do the class. Then you come out, and I'll be waiting for you. So we did that, and she loved the class, and she thought it was a great thing to know how to do. Gave her a little bit of confidence. I said, okay, great, now we're going to find you a job. And she said, whoa, how do I do that? And I said, don't worry, I'm prepared. So I went home. We printed out, because I had a computer at the time, 10 resumes that I did for her when she was from 0 to 11 years old. And I said, we're going to go to the middle school now, and here are 10 of your resumes. So we drove to the middle school. The middle school was getting out. And I said, this is what I want you to do. And I guarantee you, one of the 10 people that you give your resume to will call in the next couple of days for you to be a babysitter for them. She's like, oh, Mom, they'll never do that. I said, yes, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go up to one of the moms, and you look them in the eye, and you shake their hand, and you say, hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Camille Bababa. And you give them one of your resumes, and you tell them, I'm looking for a babysitting job, and I'd like you to know, if you look on my resume, I have just completed the CPR course for the American, I get so inspired by this daughter, by the American Red Cross. And so she passed out the resumes to 10 different moms. And she had 2 calls the next day. And they wanted to talk to me because they were so impressed with the resume that they wanted her to come over to influence their daughter. So it's just very great. So now fast forward. I'm a single mom, right? After some not good incident. Okay, so I'm a single mom, and I've got to get a job because I've got to pay the bills, and the kids are young. So I went to a lot of different financial firms because I used to work for a financial firm doing sales. And I needed to be gone by like 1 o'clock each day to pick up the kids from school. So I said, I want to be an assistant. I can be an assistant very easily. I'm, got a lot of skills. They all said, oh, you're way overqualified, and the person you're working for is less qualified than you are, and we're just afraid that would not work out. And this went location, firm after firm. And finally, one of my friends said to me, "What is your dream company to work for? And what is the best company in the United States, given what my skill set was qualified for?" And so I told her, and she said, "That's where you need to go interview at. If they're the best, they'll understand and they'll see your skills, and they won't be turned off by you being so qualified." So I went, and I interviewed with the manager there at the top of the Ave, and his name was Steve. He was fabulous, and he said, "Okay, you sound great. Here's a test. Go in the back office there and take this test." So I took the test, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, they're so complex questions. It's taking me so long." And I finally finished and came out and gave him, "Okay, I'm sorry it took so long. Here's the test." He said, "Okay, give me 10 minutes. He said, "I just want to let you know, most of the people I interview don't even finish the test, because it's a test to see how persistent you are and how committed you are to get the job done." Wow. Wow. Most people don't even finish the test. Doesn't that tell you something? And a lot of the answers, I'm sure, I got wrong at the end because they weren't even what I was used to buying or qualifying for. And he came back in 10 minutes and he said, "Yep, Carol, you got the job. I like how busy you are, because you'll get the job done faster and you'll produce faster than a lot of these men here." I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay, yes, I'll take it." And he said, "When do you want to start?" I said, "I'll be here tomorrow. What time do the doors open?" He said, 8 o'clock, I'll be here, but really the guys usually come in at 9. I said, "I'll be here at 8 with you." Little lessons. So I made it work. I was the top producer the first year I was there of new accounts in the firm. I was the top retainer of accounts in the firm. And when people asked me, "What did you do differently than everybody else?" I said, "I told the truth. And I was persistent in getting the results." And I guess telling the truth and persistence aren't all that common. It's really funny when you look at just basic skills and who you are as a person. Stay true to who you are, even when it gets tough. Figure out a way to have it happen. I don't know if you saw my previous video where I talked about going into the Dallas office and having to move all my accounts down to Dallas and what they said and everything. But it's really comes down to success at fundamental basic qualities that human beings have. So I just thought I'd share that with you, because I know you wouldn't be here if you weren't committed to producing results too. And we'll get into that as I learn a little bit more how to do YouTube, how to be a little bit more professional, maybe even not have my hair flying around looking like a witch. But I'm here with you, and we'll figure this out together. And you'll figure out what you're up to and how to get abundance for yourself. Even if it's hard, you can do it, because if I did it, you can do it.